The Empire's on the run. Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
2015 is almost here, and with it comes those New Year's resolutions to finally transform your body the way you want it. There's a reason over 88% of New Year's resolutions fail. Make this year different by equipping yourself with Oxy Powder, the next level in cleansing the body naturally. Using super oxygenation, Oxy Powder, available through InfoWarsLife.com, gently cleanses the body while you sleep with easy capsules. Tens of thousands of individuals have used Oxy Powder to cleanse their bodies and aid in their transformations. Even InfoWars Nightly News Director Rob Dew has been using Oxy Powder with incredible success.
Took it that first day, then I took it for 6 more days after that. 12 pounds melted off in about a week. I'd say a week, 7 days.
2015 can be different. Diet and exercise are important, but a lot of us have already tried that. Oxy Powder flushes it out. Secure your Oxy Powder at InfoWarsLife.com. That's InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. Sold out for weeks due to the difficult and extensive proprietary process behind its creation, the exclusive InfoWars Life Secret 12 formulation is now back in stock in the last limited shipment of 2014. The most bioactive form that has been created with our proprietary process. This ultra-clean vitamin B12 nutraceutical has been carefully crafted and developed over the last 2 years and is based on cellular science of how your body actively absorbs essential nutrients. Secret 12 is taken by mouth, right on the tongue, and then swallowed. No needles, no injections. Vitamin B12 deficiency is linked to scores of serious problems. And Secret 12 is a fusion of 2 organic proprietary forms of vitamin B12, bringing you a true nutraceutical quality vitamin B12. Secret 12 is an excellent Christmas gift. Secure your Secret 12 formula before December 17th at InfoWarsLife.com and receive it before Christmas guaranteed. That's InfoWarsLife.com before December 17th or by calling 888-253-3139.
Another major health threat, this one in Toledo, Ohio, where everybody in the entire city has been told not to drink the water.
Ohio's governor declaring a state of emergency.
Did you know that the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons of water at home every single day? If there's a water emergency, will you be prepared?
Panicked residents forming long lines throughout the day.
We're here at a supermarket in Toledo. You can see the shelves empty where water once was.
To stay safe and healthy during a crisis, you must have access to safe, clean water. Water which will not be available at your local grocery store.
There's a mad dash on right now to stock up on supplies.
The ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system is a must-have for every modern, independently minded household. Protect your family's safety during an emergency. Go to InfoWarsStore.com today to purchase your ProPure Pro 1 G2.0 water filtration system or call 1-888-253-3139.
As a community moves towards despotism, respect is restricted to fewer people.
That's veteran Denver police officer Charles Jones IV smashing an unarmed suspect in the face 6 times.
Officers accused of using excessive force on a suspect and then trying to erase the evidence.
I'm observing what they're doing and they're arresting me. I don't understand what's going on.
A community rates low on an information scale when the press, radio, and other channels of communication are controlled by only a few people.
Does it raise ethical questions about the use of government money to produce stories about the government that wind up being aired with no disclosure that they were produced by the government?
How can you ask such a question?
What difference at this point does it make?
When a competent observer looks for signs of despotism in the community, he looks beyond fine words and noble phrases.
There are actions I have the legal authority to take as president that will help make our immigration system more fair and more just. Tonight, I'm announcing those actions.
What I say goes, see? I'm the law around here.
We came, we saw, he died.
Yes, in modern warfare, our military leaders are finding that words and ideas are highly effective weapons.
We just have to be repetitive about this. We need to do this every day of the week and just really brainwash people into thinking about guns in a vastly different way.
We are trained to deceive if we have to. You really don't have to trust me. You shouldn't trust me. In fact, by my actually participating in that, I will taint the news.
In communities of this kind, despotism stands a good chance.
The
9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
Okay, Ms. Hughes, well, we're going to do everything we can to help you.
Resistance to tyrants is obedience to God. It's the Alex Jones Show, because there is a war on for your mind.
Billy Corgan. I always see Corrigan. I know it's Corgan. I've known him for a long time. He's so nice to put up with that when I say it wrong. One of the guys just pointed it out, or Leanne did. Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins is going to be joining us coming up in the next hour. I want to open the phones up for Professor, who joins us right now. But I want to give him some time, Professor Daryl Hamamoto, to get into any other big points he wants to make here today, to talk about any repercussions he's had. I know they've criticized him before for speaking out about how they're trying to create a Hispanic racial bloc in this country for social engineering purposes and a permanent underclass, because they don't want folks to learn English. It's the world language. They would be upwardly mobile. They want to keep them in their little barrios where the El Jefes can control them, just as we see a permanent underclass in Mexico. Here's the headline today: Mexico's season of scandal and violence as it descends into hell. Business Week. How is that our fault, and why should we merge with that? We should try to reform it. But our system wants to go to that model instead of having this model, because we're run by crooks by and large. So the toll-free number to join us with your quick comment or question for the professor is 800-259-9231. 800-259-9231. Your comment, your question for Professor Daryl Hamamoto, 800-259-9231. I'm Alex Jones, your host. The news websites are Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com. The nightly news site is PrisonPlanet.tv. I've been around 20 years now. It's now 20 years on air plus. We're into our 20-plus years. It's 20, so we're into the 21st year to be technical, but 20 years on air. And we've had for about 15 years PrisonPlanet.tv, all my films, the nightly news, the daily radio show, commercial video podcast, a bunch of books, other videos. It's usually $54 a year. It's now $29.95, or roughly half off. A huge deal. That's $250 a month, and you can share it with 20 people. So a great way to get your Christmas shopping done. Get 20 gifts for $29.95, or get them $5.95 1-month membership and share that with up to 20 people. And of course, your signing up helps fund the operation as well. So thank you all for your support. PrisonPlanet.tv. We're running a bunch of specials today as we self-fund. We're having an X2 sale. We basically sold out of that, but just got another limited supply in, the last of the year, of the Super X2 Deep Earth Crystal Source iodine that's done so much for myself. You've heard the rave reviews. First ever sale on X2 where it's by itself. Our most popular supplement, 17% off, and free shipping only on X2 throughout the rest of the week until the 17th. That's the last day we can guarantee you'll get it before Christmas. Was $29.99, now it's $24.99. That's $5 off and free shipping. That's another $5 value roughly. With shipping, you would have paid $38. Now you're paying $24.95 and no shipping. Very limited time sale, only through next Monday. Order now, get it before Christmas, and it also makes a great Christmas present. Infowarslife.com or 888-253-3139. We're also running specials on Super Detox Special, Fluoride Shield, and X2. 46% off Biodefense Pack, Survival Shield X2, and Lung Cleanse. That's now 58% off. InfoWars Life Challenge, Super Male, Super Survival Shield, 42% off. All available, InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. All right, Professor, I'm going to stop ranting here. I want to give you the floor for 7-8 minutes to talk about whatever you think's front and center, instead of me asking the questions. Then we're going to take some calls.
Great. First, Alex, congratulations on your 20 years of broadcasting. Your work, the contributions of your fine guests, your reportage team, has directly influenced and informed not just my lectures, which, of course, has reached any number of students by now, but also my scholarship. There's a new book of mine that's in the mail to you that explicitly acknowledges your contribution to my own intellectual development.
Well, thank you. I'm honored. I can't wait to maybe carry the book and obviously have you on about it once I've read it.
Absolutely. And also, just as sort of a experiment, 10 minutes prior to having this conversation with you, I took some Secret 12. It's basically a liquid B12 vitamins, put it sublingually. And I take this right before the lectures because my goal is to be as fluid and slick as Joel Osteen, one of our favorite glitter bug preachers for the international audience.
Well, you're a sweetheart for plugging it. We really are proud of Secret 12. Thank you so much, brother.
It's great. Thank you. Well, thank you. It does work. It does something to the synapses.
Well, thank you. I mean, I've asked so many questions here, but front and center, what are you most focused on right now?
Well, you alluded earlier to some of the trials and tribulations that I've been experiencing at the University of California. It's been almost not complete, but almost a complete reversal of fortune since that time. And the reason for that, again, it goes back to the power of information and analysis and the power of the pen, because my book came out and everything that I've been talking about and teaching at the classroom level is now codified three-dimensionally in a book. Also a colleague of mine who's been harassed continuously, and just to show you the viciousness of the university system, she was declared clinically dead due to a massive health crisis, which I won't go into detail. And she published a path-breaking law school journal article, which, by the way, if any of your listeners or viewers internationally or in the U.S. would like a copy of that journal article, have them email me and I'll send them a PDF of it. It's a great article because it combines her own tribulations as a woman, as a female, as a scholar who's trying to forge new paths in academic and social cultural analysis, who was relentlessly persecuted by her own department, who, by the way, are also Asian American. So this idea of uniform white oppression is really, 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 it's a cliche. It's becoming cliche, and it's not really completely accurate anymore. We have to get beyond that.
Yeah, gangs of humans oppress other humans, period.
Absolutely. And in yesterday's concluding lecture, I got a box of chocolates and a card from an appreciative student. But at yesterday's lecture, I pointed out that Mao Zedong, who was, of course, as you know, a Yale in China, and he was cultivated by the OSS. You've spoken to that many, many times in this show. And that information is available in mainstream publications, histories. I cited the fact that he's Han Chinese, and he was responsible for the death of upwards of 80 million fellow Han Chinese. So where does the race and ethnicity critique fit into that model? It doesn't really explain it. The race, ethnicity, gender critique does not explain the economic meltdown that we're experiencing currently. And I think, and I'm working on this is speculative, but I think that the diversion of energy, intellectual, scholarly, and student energy from the real important monumental issues of our time has itself been engineered. It seems like the foundations are pouring tons and tons of money on race, ethnicity, and gender studies to the exclusion of other modes of analysis. And that comes out of the elite institutions so that people like Professor Gruber can do his dirty work in the dark. This is what's going on here. And same with the humanities. Again, speculative, but the reason why students are dropping out of the humanities in droves is because there's something called the theory scare that took hold in academia in the 1970s. And I think I alluded to this in an earlier conversation with you. Instead of reading the great classics, Dostoevsky, which I'm reading again now as an adult, it has much more impact on me as a grown-up person. Instead of reading these classics, they were just engaging in literally fraudulent high theoretical philosophical screeds by people like Paul de Man. They were people that were imported primarily from France. And I think that was a psyops. If any enterprising PhD student wants to do a forensic analysis of it, it was sort of like the 1960s when all the LSD and the peace and love and the fake counterculture was brought in by people like Stuart Brand and Timothy Leary. Once that glow started to wear off, the humanities, which traditionally has been the source of dissent and incisive speculative thinkers with artistic skills that can help humanity progress forward, they brought all these foreign intellectuals like Jacques Derrida and all these people. They're still studying in the English departments. Now, if they started studying the humanities,